Why do I suggest that we think of this as a horse, your inner brain, your unconscious mind? It maintains instincts and it generates habits. I think we can all agree that our horses have lots of instincts and lots of habits. Yeah. So just like your horse, your unconscious mind maintains instincts and it generates those habits. Just like your horse, your brain needs repetition until a habit is installed. So how many times do you practice in the arena that walk to trot transition until it becomes perfect? You have to repeat, 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 repeat. And it's the same for your brain. It works just like riding school horses on the path of least effort or resistance. So how many times do the riding school ponies cut the corner or drop the shoulder so that they can get somewhere with least effort? Yeah, until the instructor comes and sits on it and it starts to behave perfectly, because its path of least effort or resistance is to do exactly what the instructor tells it to. Yeah, it's the same. And it's important to realise that you're doing the best that you can with what you know. But it's also important to realise that whatever works for you, because everybody's different, so finding out what works for you over these next few weeks, you have to then keep going with it. You have to repeat it and repeat it until the habit is installed. So when you find something that works, you've got to keep working at it. Just like if you go to the gym to get fit, you've got to keep going to the gym to get fit. Otherwise, you go back to the path of least effort resistance, which is not going to the gym. So you've got to keep going. Just like your horse, your unconscious mind enjoys serving, but it needs a clear order and a consistent direction. So your horse would hate it if one day you allow it to eat the grass on the way down to the field and the next day you tell it off for eating the grass going down to the field. It wouldn't know whether it's allowed or it's not, and therefore it wouldn't feel that it knows what it's doing. It wouldn't feel safe and secure. And your unconscious mind is the same. So if you keep one day, say, right, I'm going to be brave today, and the next day, oh no, I don't want to do it, you don't have those clear orders, you don't have that consistent direction. So your brain starts to have that wobble, and it will then drop to the path of least effort or resistance, i.e. what you're doing now. So it's important to realise that you've got to work on this and keep working on it until things get easier again. Your unconscious mind is highly symbolic, depending on your own personal history or depending on how you perceive an event compared to someone else. So we could use the flappy bag as an example. So when you're out with your horse might go, it's just a flappy bag, it's fine. But if your horse has never seen a flappy bag, then he might go, oh my gosh, because he's very green, he's never seen it before, so he has a bit of a flip out. Or it could be the tractor that you meet on the road. Oh, it's just a tractor. Or your horse might go, oh, and you're the same. Yeah. So you're highly symbolic. Your unconscious mind takes everything personally, just like your horse. So how many times do you go into a room, maybe not in the last couple of years, but before pre-COVID, and there was a room full of people, and one person looked at you a bit funny, and you didn't know this person even, and this person looks at you a bit funny, and you instantly go, they don't like me. And it's because your unconscious mind takes everything personally, just like your horse. If you have a row with somebody out on the yard, and then you go into your stable and you're really cross though, your horse will go instantly jump back to the back of the stable and go, oh my God, it's going to hit me. It's cross with me. You won't think, just had an argument out there with that other person, don't mean to be angry with me. He's not being angry with me. They won't think of it like that. They'll just take it very personally. Your horse also does not process negative. So if you say to your horse on the way down to the field, right, today you are not eating grass, your horse doesn't listen to the not. In fact, it doesn't listen at all. But you cannot tell your horse to not do something. You can correct it when it does something wrong, but you cannot tell it not to do something. Just the same for you. If I say to you now, do not think of a pink tree, what happens? You start to think of a pink tree, yeah? Yeah. You can't help it because you do not process negatives. And that's really important in your daily talk. If you say to yourself, right, do not get nervous, do not get nervous, do not get nervous. What are you saying to your unconscious brain? Get nervous, get nervous, get nervous. It doesn't hear the not. So it's important from now on to start looking at what you want to do rather than not what you want to do. Okay? So having in your self-talk what you are wanting to do. The